Welcome to the Property Elite podcast. I'll be your host, Jen Lehman, Chartered Surveyor and co-founder of Property Elite. Stay tuned each week for more on industry hot topics, market updates and new RICS guidance. In this week's podcast, I look at how to advise a client post-completion of a property acquisition or disposal. It's essential listening for all APC and AssocRICS candidates with purchase and sale as a technical competency. So what is the sale of surveyor during sales progression? Prior to completion, the seller's surveyor needs to have taken responsibility for sales progression and liaising with key stakeholders such as the client, client solicitor, purchaser, purchase surveyor, and client's building surveyor. The scope of responsibility should be defined in the initial terms of engagement, agreed and signed by the client. Sales progression is important because it ensures that the completed transaction terms mirror what was agreed in the memorandum of sale, that the transaction completes on time and doesn't fall through or stall, that the client is satisfied and the eventual transaction meets their objectives, leading to repeat business and referrals, and that expectations are managed. So the role of the surveyor doesn't simply stop when the transaction completes in many cases. The client's solicitor will have a number of additional tasks to complete, and this may require involvement or advice from the surveyor. Surveyors also need to have an understanding of what happens post-completion, as this will be part of explaining overall the purchase and sale process to clients. This is particularly important for clients who are lay clients and do not have experience or understanding of the process and what is required of them and their surveyor. Post-completion, some of the processes that need to be undertaken are: the selling agent's fees are typically settled upon completion by the seller's solicitor on behalf of the seller. The completion statement will set out ground rents and service charges, if applicable. A surveyor may be asked for input on the completion statement to ensure that any charges are accurately recorded. Any indemnity policies will come into force, or alternatively, an allowance can be provided to the purchase solicitor to obtain the policy post-completion. Although certified copies of the transfer deed and any lease documents may be transferred electronically, any paper-based documents will need to be sent for registration at the land registry. Furthermore, if the property is not registered, then first registration will have to be undertaken, and this requires proof of title for at least 15 years prior to sale. Documents should be copied and retained by the client on file or sent to the surveyor if they'll continue to be instructed in relation to other matters for the property. And a stamp duty land tax return needs to be submitted within 14 days of completion. Whilst this will be undertaken by the purchasing client solicitor, surveyors should highlight to the client that SDLT will be payable and advise the client to seek specialist advice at the outset. Post-completion, all surveyors should seek feedback from their clients and implement improvements if required. Surveyors can also use this process to keep in contact with the clients and drive repeat business. Thanks for listening to the Property Elite podcast this week. Head to our website to check out our full blog, free and paid support resources and services, free consultation for every single RICS APC and AssocRICS candidate, and also ask us any questions you have via the website chat blog. See you next week.